welcome back to a quick episode of Gallop 2004. And when I say quick, that means shorter than obviously what I usually post, which is like over 90 minutes. I will be shortening some of the episodes just to give you guys more videos over time. They're not going to be like 20 minutes or anything like that. They'll still be over half an hour, but they'll be, between that like 40 minutes to about 60-minute range, just to make sure I can give you guys more content. That gives me more time as well to add some of the updates and changes I'll be making to the videos, and an eventual big project I'm working on. I will reveal it once it's pretty much close to being ready to be posted. But it'll benefit the community. It's not just going to be for me. It's going to be for everybody in our community, anybody that joins our community, and I'm really looking forward to it. So there's a lot of things and we need to figure out today for breeding. I have most of the plans pretty much set in stone. What I realized is we just need a lot of new families and new pairings, regardless of if they were our ideal pairings or not, because we are pretty close on a lot of the more recent horses of getting close to that inbreeding point. Like, it's just like one generation over, a lot of half siblings, so we have to start diversifying the gene pool, so to speak, immediately. So the breedings I put together are pretty much like ones that we have to do based off of the situation. Again, you guys played a lot of a big role, and a lot of insight was given to kind of help me also clear in on that. So today we have, I think, 4 races in this particular week. 4 very important races, because we're going to consider retiring Secret Ending and potentially Miss Vaporwave. I'm not sure yet. I will be retiring Kiki Light, actually. We'll also be retiring Crazy Hunter. I realize, like, we need fresh blood in there ASAP. Crazy Hunter's the dirt horse I really want back there compared to my master, who is in her spot now. Now, the decision is whether to start Crazy Hunter in Formal Opera, or do I wait? I really want to do Crazy Hunter in Delta Dream. You take his dirt capabilities with hers, and I could also retire him early. I don't want to. That's the problem. I don't really want to retire Delta Dream early, but if I retire Crazy Hunter, my goal is to breed these two together, because completely new lines. Formal Opera is already, obviously I can't do Formal Opera and Crazy Hunter. I think that was suggested, but Formal Opera is Delta Dream's father. So, if we wanted to utilize Crazy Hunter with our best dirt horse, it's this guy. He is by far, for now, the best dirt horse we have on track. So Crazy Hunter and him, I think, would make sense. I hope they would be compatible. So lots of things to figure out here in this episode in a short amount of time, but it will reveal more answers. So again, we have an open allowance here today with Desert's Runner. I will be skipping post parade just to kind of get through this episode actually a little bit quicker. Desert Runner will be up. Late developing project horse I picked up. I liked his abilities. And I'm curious what his stats will be once he's at his peak. Response, feel, toughness, those will all, stamina actually, could all be possibly 80s. Which means his speed is probably going to be a high 60, low 70. He's definitely an interesting S-ranked horse. His power should be high. He's not really a weak horse by any means, especially once he gets to his peak. And using him as a sire, obviously late growth type will be perfect. So he'll be up in an open allowance. We have a grade 3 with Secret Ending. I think this is going to be his last race. I got to get him back there. Basically did a flight line type of career, literally, if he wins this, he should. This grade 3, he'll retire 6 for 6. We need fresh blood back there ASAP. I'll probably have him replace Gentle House or Golden Boy. I decided I'm not using either of those two anymore. Need to get them out. Diamond Plan, we're just breeding with Tigress of Stone again to try to get an East Side Band 2, essentially a full-blooded sibling. So nothing changes with that. Diamond Plan will be gone. He's Stargazing will eventually be out of there. And Formal Opera, I think, will be close. So we're having to change a lot. Having to make sacrifices. We have another grade 3 with Miss Vaporwave. Both of these grade 3s back-to-back are going to be extremely important for me to really understand who we should probably retire and who we should maybe continue to race to try to improve their record for when we do retire them. And last but not least so far is a grade 2, Turner Shut Up Go Away, with Stormow, stepping him up again to another grade 2. He won last time. Could be a 3-race winning streak. Feeling good with him from Golden Boy out of Chasing Hearts. So this could be the strongest Golden Boy horse potentially we could get. And like I said, I'm done using Golden Boy since he's tied to Western Tiger. Said really close, like just one generation away, and definitely inbreeding could totally be a thing. But fortunately, me and Abigail and maybe a few others, we kind of realized, okay, now is the time where we really have to start just creating entirely new families. Even if they're not the strongest horses at the time, it's like we have to get new blood in there because we're getting too close, and I really want to start diversifying everything. That was my plan. I just lost track over time, and I didn't realize how many brood mares have used the same sire. Like Gentle House has used, like, I think 7. Like he's been, like 7 of our brood mares are under Gentle House. Diamond Plan has, like, I think 6 to 8. You know, it's too much, way too much. Kicking off today, though, again with the Alamo Open Allowance here with Desert Runner, expected to finish 6th in a field of 12. The favorite is the 5-horse Perfect Ending. That's a good horse. We're running 11 furlongs on the turf, quite the distance. Here's the favorite here, Perfect Ending. Fast growth type. This is pretty much this dude at his peak. Nothing really special, but I mean, if you're like early game, this could actually be a really solid sire because outside of the response rating, he's giving you a horse with no bad stats, theoretically, at this level. So, either way. Desert Runner, certainly we're going to be slow. I think this is only my 2nd time running with him, I think. We'll see how this goes, that's for sure. Hope you all are doing well. Thank you so much for the love and support on the channel. Still adding more things to the channel. I'm expanding this community in ways, and then also keeping some of the close-knit parts of the community still kind of close-knit. So, you know, they're all, like, the point of this whole community, I've always wanted to create a community that is accessible to everyone, and then obviously within that you can still have your closer knit communities. For, like, example, most of you that have been watching for a while now, right? That's kind of what our Discord is. As we get bigger, will we get more members in the Discord? I'm sure we will. And the good thing is, like, we can always, you know, I mean, there's ways to avoid that, right? You can always, I mean, or to get around that. But for what it's worth, I mean, anybody that's joining our Discord, for the most part, we all have the same thing in common. Obviously, we like horse racing, and we all pretty much have played, or at least like to watch people play horse racing games, right? It's one of the two, so. To me, that always allows the community to be a place that's easy for everyone to get along with, for the most part, because, again, like, we have the same interests in common in that regard. So, yeah, I appreciate the new people that are, you know, joining the Discord, that are coming to the channel, everybody. So, you found a spot here. Just glad to have you aboard. So let's go with Desert Runner. We have to finish 6th or better. Okay, so Desert Runner, not doing bad. He's staying in there. Fortunately, he's got the speed and the power. He's not very fast, so if I want to win, I'm certainly going to have to get him out front a lot sooner. But I don't feel like he has a major drop-off, which is ideal. We still might just finish 6th. Just about finish 6th. 5th, actually. All right, so that's I think that's a money place finish still in this game. Yeah, I definitely think that is. So, yeah, not bad. Not too bad for Desert Runner. Double S on the spurt. So, yeah, I like the way he runs already. Like I said, I can definitely feel the lack of speed, but he makes up for, I think, that with his endurance and his power. So the main thing, again, if I want to win races with him, just got to get him out in front by the time we hit turn 4 and we start getting into the stretch. He needs to be in the lead. If he's not, then he doesn't have the speed to catch up. But I think he'll be a really fun horse to develop, and he'll, again, be another really good long-distance horse with the late growth type. I think having those type of horses is super ideal. So That'll be really fun. Secret Ending, he's up in a grade 3. Like I said, I think this will be his last race. He's won 3 grade 1s. Why do I've been doing this so much lately. I don't know. I'm just always thinking about saying so many different words at the same time. It's like I need to slow it down. But this guy, 3 grade 1s. He wins this race. He'll retire 6 for 6. I mean, like I said, flight line, more or less. So, and we need him back there. We really do. And he has great stats. You know, I hate that I can't race him longer, but again, I have to look towards the future, and we know we'll get a horse like this from him at some point, so just kind of have to wait. But right now, before we obviously cross into that dangerous threshold of inbreeding, we got to get as much new, blood back there as possible, regardless of initial plans. So we are much closer than I realized, but all is well. It'll be nice too. Kind of realized, as much as I love so many of our horses, I was kind of getting burned out from seeing so many horses that had Western Tiger or Arctic Crop. You know, when I see a horse that has like Desert Diver or Ant B, something, rare that we don't have in a lot of our horses anymore, I'm like, oh, that's kind of fresh. That's exciting, because this is a horse that, this is a family of horses we haven't really tapped into, or we don't really have a lot of. There's so much of Arctic Crop that we're racing with. There's so much from Western Tiger. There's a lot. There's starting to become a lot now from Diamond Plan. It's like I don't want it to get to that point. It works in real life, but like in the game, when you're limited with like certain resources and spots, like you don't want that to become the norm. So definitely, definitely wanting to get back to making more unique families. That's better to track anyways. Now, this is worrying me. This is what happened last episode with Crazy Hunter with the Triple Z's. Okay, hopefully we don't actually get anything. Okay, good. Like, I feel like when I got the Triple Z's with Crazy Hunter, that kind of sapped her stamina. She definitely went backwards. See, Secret Ending, like, I could still win with this guy, but again, we need him back there now. And we just have to look forward to the fact that we're going to get another horse like Secret Ending. At some point, we're going to get a horse with his speed, with his power, and hopefully with improved stamina. I mean, this year, he will be the start and the beginning of a really good line. So, that's a great closing 5 furlong, or 5 length, I should say. Gosh, we won by 5 furlongs. That'd be like, what, almost half the track? That's insane. Good 5 length win there from Secret Ending, and that will be his last one. Like I said, got to get him back there now. I think I know who. I think I said in the previous episode, but again, I did mention in the previous episode that some breeding combinations weren't 100% locked in. I didn't realize I knew we still had a couple of races we needed to get through first, just to verify and obviously get some horses their last wins before we end up retiring them. A lot of replays over here I do not need. Irish Legend. So plenty of Tigress of Stone, plenty of Butterfly Fight. I'm just looking for a spot. Definitely going to start replacing a lot of those, but I'll get to that later. Man, all fillies too. Like, it's amazing. Like, we couldn't hold on to fillies for so long in this playthrough. We just kept losing them. Or the game kept taking them away before we even had a chance to get in the rhythm. And now it's like the strongest horses we have in this game come from our own created fillies and mares. It's just like, how did that happen, Like, that kind of changed so quickly. So, yeah, it's a great way, I think, to end Secret Ending's career. I mean, like I said, we need him back there now. So he'll retire like Flightline, 6 for 6, undefeated. 3 grade 1s. And, yeah, like, that's all we can do. I wasn't expecting to do that at all, but once I realized how strong he was and his growth type, I'm like, we can retire him quickly if it means getting some new lines going. Miss Vaporwave, she's also another horse I have to see if we want to retire. I'm not super impressed with the stats at her peak. Like, she's 6 years old. She peaked obviously 2 years ago. I think everything was about 10 points higher, which isn't terrible. I think she was relatively strong at her peak. She's only won 4 grade 1s, which, you know, that's definitely more on the underachieving side compared to most of our horses at this point. She comes from Moonbee out of Awesome Autumn, so she's connected to King Bee, Arctic Crop, Suave Buster, Western Tiger. I think she has both Arctic Crop and Western Tiger. She has both of those families in her. So her pedigree is good, but again, if I do retire her, I have to use her with, like, you know, essentially only 1 or 2 studs, maybe even only 1 stud, you know, and then we'll have to replace her because, again, she has a lot of Western Tiger and Arctic Crop. I don't really want any more of those horses in our newer horses going forward, so that's why I'm indecisive about even using her for breeding. It's not that she couldn't be utilized. Like I said, pick a sire, I guess, that has nothing. I mean, a completely fresh sire, like a Secret Ending or a Kinky Light. We could definitely use her with those, and we'd be fine, right? That's obviously the only way we can use her. We can't breed her with any of our actual, like, Gallop Racer original colts because they all have been created from Western Tiger, Arctic Crop, Diamond Plan, so on and so forth. So we have to breed her strictly with a in-game horse that's not an original. That's the only way we're going to make use of making sure we get a clean start for her. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah, it's definitely what I'm thinking for sure. We'll have to use her with Kinky Light or Secret Ending. I think Secret Ending is who I wrote in my notes initially, so that would be fine. We should get speed and power for sure. And let's see how Miss Vaporwave handles this. She's not supposed to win. She's got plenty of leg left. Now that she's had the speed and the power to close. She's still 74 speed rated. Old Knight, Tanaka. We were just talking about Tanaka on the Discord, how annoying he is. Of course, he ends up upsetting us from potentially having a huge upset and winning the race. A good effort, actually. She fought a lot harder than I thought she would. Not saying I doubted her heart. I guess I wasn't really sure how far up she would be at this point. She still seems like she can actually run quite a bit. 10-9, 10-8 fractions at a middle pace. That's not anything to sneeze about. So, I'm going to save that. I'm doing this all for a reason, trust me. If it seems like it's just pointless replays, it's not. But I'm still thinking, like, there's 3 mares we could retire. One of them you just saw, Miss Vaporwave. Crazy Hunter is the second one, and or Bay City the third one. Vivid Eyes, she's also up there for potential retirement, but she's on a winning streak. I feel like I'm going to keep her running like that until she can't do it. To me, that proves, you know, we can still try to improve her value as a brood mare, her quality. So, yeah, that was a really solid race for Vaporwave, especially since we had to run on the outside. We did have that course law. She responded well to it. She stayed in there. She was in the lead. Tanaka just ended up nailing us at the line, as always, like an annoying dude on Old Knight. And that's a pretty fast closing horse. So, yeah, best speed. That's actually a good thing to get. So, like I said, I think we have to retire Crazy Hunter. We got to get a dirt line started, but I don't even have I don't even know if we have a pure dirt sire. We can't use Formal Opera. It's just, I don't want to retire Delta Dream yet. So I got to get through this week, and then we'll see what we'll do, because I can't figure it all out. Native Spirit is in this race. We've been running against our lost Gallop Racer original horses in this game a lot this year. I'm liking it. It's adding just a little bit more diversity to the, you know, the competition pool. It gets a little bit boring for me to always see the same in-game AI horses, so it's nice to actually see some of our created horses actually popping up to compete against. Like I said, I definitely think we should do that. And she's the favorite, and she's actually been running a lot better. So I can't sneeze at this. I think did she beat us in one race in the last episode, or maybe before that? I know we just raced against her in the last episode. I just can't remember exactly which one, but she's actually competitive, so we could actually lose to her. Obviously, I'm on Storm Owl, the third favorite. Post position 13, 9 furlongs. Outside draw stinks, but I'm going to try to take advantage. We could potentially go for the lead. I ideally don't want to do that. I want to settle in behind the leaders. Let's see what her stats are. Oh, I forgot. I lost her with so many question marks still. Beautiful girl. She comes from He's Stargazing out of Chasing Hearts. I really feel like she would have been awesome. She would have been an awesome horse to develop with, but again, I couldn't. In the beginning, she just, I don't know what it was. Like her speed is, yeah, like not bad. I mean, she's middle of the road, decent stamina. I don't know what her power is. I mean, I wish I could have tried to develop with her, I guess. I'm not saying she would have turned into some all-star. But at least she's racing in grade 2s competitively. Like, there are other horses we've had released and that we lost in this game that were, running grade 2s. And they had no business being in those grade 2s. But some of our more recent horses that we're competing against now, like, for example, Native Spirit today, she definitely deserves to be here. So let's see what we can do with our boy Storm Owl. Great start. And he gets out like a rocket. So like I said, I want to make sure we try to get ourselves in a good position coming around turn 1. Didn't want to bump that horse, but I felt it was going to happen. I think he has a pretty decent toughness rating, though. Doesn't have the ability tough. I don't think he does he? Wait, doesn't he have grit and tough? Am I misremembering? Speaking of misremembering, a totally secret ending I won that grade 3 with. Grade 3. I swear I just said grade 3. I've been watching something that has been making me probably subconsciously think about that. It's like from South Park. Right now, I've watched a lot of South Park episodes for anybody that has watched. I can't even remember which one to be honest, but all right. I can't even remember Storm Owl's abilities. That's like gonna bother me now. Okay. Good runoff. Okay, he does have last corner leader. Duh, he's from Chasing Hearts. Does he not? Wait, he should have all of her abilities. Where's Native Spirit? Is she closing? She is. Native Spirit closing late, but not going to come in time. Storm Owl just going to hold on and win that grade 2. Let's go, boy. Like I said, she's a good horse, man. That's our original horse, Native Spirit, finishing very closely there at the line, almost beating us. But Storm Owl, as I remembered, last corner leader, able to get that done. So another fantastic grade 2 win. And Storm Owl's looking solid, man. From Golden Boy out of Chasing Hearts again. I think it'll be nice to have him in there. He'll be one of the last Golden Boy Western Tiger related, boys I keep around. Because there's still quite a number of them, especially on the broodmare side or the mare side as well. But yeah, we'll definitely be getting him to a very exclusive family as well. Again, we'll have to probably use him. We'll have to use him either with a broodmare that has no connection to Arts and Crop or Swapbuster Western Tiger, or we'll just have to use like an in-game filly or mare that maybe we have right now on track. Gosh, I'm like, why is Old Knight in there? I forgot we got beaten in that grade 3, hence why we see Old Knight's name there and not Vaporwaves. But yeah, solid grade 2 victory there for Storm Owl. He's still a little bit behind a step. Like, I can tell he's still not 100% there. Like, if I tried him with the grade 1, I'm not saying he couldn't win, but I think it'd be pretty hard still right now. Hey, Spirit, she closed like a crazy, crazy girl, man. But yeah. So, Storm Owls, I think that was a grade 3, so Storm Owl just got this grade 2 here. That's his second grade 2 that I know of on file. So there we go. So Desert Runner finishing in the money. Secret Ending getting his last victory. Miss Vaporwave finishing second in that grade 3, and Storm Allen getting his win. So with all that being said, Turner, be quiet, please. Go away, go away, go away. Let me save now. And now comes where we decide who we replace, who we retire, so on and so forth. So, Secret Ending, I think for sure. Kinky Light is who I'm considering to be the other stud we end up having, because we can get 2 entirely new families from them. I want to use Delta Dream and Crazy Hunter. Maybe I'll just have to use them next year. Like Crazy Hunter, I figure at the most we can have 2 brood mares to 1 stud, and we'll just have to keep those families obviously with, you know, the offspring and the foals. We'll just have to keep them obviously on their own paths. You know, it'll be a lot easier to do with only 2. So I'm pretty sure I just skipped through quite a bit of mumbo jumbo talking. So we're at the point of deciding who to retire. Like I said, I think we need to retire Secret Ending. He has a fast growth type. Sure, we could still race him for probably another 2 years and dominate. But again, the dude is basically Flightline. That's all we needed him to be. He's got 3 grade 1s. And he remained undefeated. So I think retiring him now makes the most sense. And I said I was going to replace Golden Boy and Gentle House. So I'm actually going to have Secret Ending replace Golden Boy here in the middle, and I'll have Gentle House replaced by Kinky Light up top. Stargazing will eventually be replaced as well, but Golden Boy, we've gotten quite a bit of him, and he's turned out to be okay. I can't believe he cost 36K. He surely has not produced the value of that. Diamond Plan has produced the value of a 36K stud fee. Gentle House has. Formal Opera, for the most part, has. Golden Boy is like below all of them. So, yeah, we'll get Secret Ending in there. Retired 6 for 6. It's a pretty easy stat to remember. So, just need to put that in my notes so I remember. Retired 6 for 6. Yep, he had 2 wins, 2 grade 1 grade 1 wins at 6 furlongs, and he had 1 grade 1 win at 7. And I retired with 2 grade 3s, no grade 2s. So I think 2 opens, 2 grade 3s, no, 3 grade 3s, of course. 2 grade 2s and 1 open. Or excuse me, 2 grade 3s and 1 open. My goodness, I'm all over the place. But Secret Ending, goodbye. So he's there. We're replacing. I think we only have space for 1 more broodmare. Let me double check. I'm replacing my master, which I still haven't decided who to use for that. Probably Crazy Hunter, even though I would still like to race her. We just put Soy Conquistador back here. I do have Free Fear lined up, but we could replace Free Fear. I mean, we could start an entirely new family with somebody else outside of Free Fear. But we're definitely replacing my master. On Tigris or Stone, Tigris or Stone and Diamond Plan. This is their last year of both. After this, they will both be replaced, and we won't be using them anymore. We've gotten plenty from both of them, so this is the last time. I just want to get another Eastside band, or maybe a stronger one, or the game could give us a weaker one. I'm just curious. I think it's worth at least breeding these 2 together. That doesn't risk anything else, because again, we know with that horse, whether it's a colt or a filly, they'll just have to completely go down their own path. But we're not adding something new, I should say, to the pool. That's the main thing. If we're adding new horses that are still kind of, you know, half sibling related, that's when it really starts to muddy the waters. But we're just creating essentially a duplicate of Eastside Band, hopefully. So I can replace my master. I'm indecisive about Free Fear. If I replace Free Fear, I have to use an in-game mare. I can't put a created mare here. I already had that with butterfly effect. So, who to retire? There's 4 mares we could technically retire. This Vaporwave. She ran really well in that grade 3. I haven't won with her in a while though. It probably makes sense to retire her now, but again, the pedigree. I couldn't breed her with Valley King at all. Maybe Secret Ending. In fact, let me look. I think I had that written down. Yeah, I did have Secret Ending in Miss Vaporwave. That would be an entirely new family that would be unique. If I were to retire her. Now, Crazy Hunter, again, I really want to breed her with Delta Dream. So that's kind of why I don't want to retire her yet. She should replace my master, but I mean, the only other stud I would consider pairing her with to form a new family would be Kinky Light, who does have an okay dirt rating. In fact, his okay and she has okay turf, great dirt. And then Kinky Light here has okay dirt with great turf. But I don't know what they're like. I don't know if he's speed or willful. I would have to like pre-retire him to figure that out. So I don't know. I still think we could race with Crazy Hunter for quite a bit of time on the dirt, even if that means dropping her to grade 3s. Vivid Eyes, she's on a winning streak. Again, it doesn't really make sense to retire her if she's still proving she can win at a pretty high rate, so we're not touching her. Like I said, Vaporwave is probably the next one to use, and then we can use her in Secret Ending for sure. And then, as far as who's replacing my master, I mean, technically speaking, the only other available horse would be Bay City, and I could do that. Bay City, I think, would be the first Moontrapper filly, or yeah, Moontrapper mare that would actually be back in the barn. Now, keep in mind, with these Moontrapper girls, I think there's 3 of them. They're all decent quality. I'm not decided on Vivid Eyes yet. I want to use her. I think that's why I'm continuing to race with her, and she's winning. But again, you know, with these girls, we have to, you know, find like in-game studs to breed them with. That way we can have those new entire families and we don't have to worry about it. So like there's restrictions with using certain fillies and mares that we have. Ideally, I don't want to use all of them if I don't have to, but Bay City from Moontrapper, she's doing well. Vivid Eyes, as again, winning streak, she's doing well. Don't forget as well, Little Mai. She's got 11 wins and 12 starts, 5 grade 1s, and guess who she's from? Moontrapper. Like, they're all kind of quality, you know, Moontrapper girls. Of course, Little Mai is, without a shot of a doubt, the strongest by a margin, and she's still winning, so until she stops, I'm not going to stop racing with her. You know what I mean? So it's like, as far as what we have available, and we have Moonsinger, another one which I'm not really expecting her to be much, so I highly doubt we'll use her. So again, I think Bay City at this point, I don't know how she'll do at grade 3s or grade 2s. She did have 6 grade 1s, so I think that's something worthwhile. But again, Vaporwave, I probably should retire now. In fact, like I said, she would be the only horse to retire, right? Unless we wanted to replace Free Fear, then... So here's where we're going to do. I think I already decided I was going to retire Miss Vaporwave, so let me just get her stats in here. I think her in Secret Ending, that does make sense at the end of the day. So certainly that's what we should do. So just getting a screenshot of that. And her overall, will be right there. So she will retire with 13 wins and 23 starts. She had 17 finishes in the top 3 out of her 23 starts with 4 grade 1s. So she could provide value for us. Let me make sure she's registered, because I haven't raced. I mean, I haven't raced with her at the grade 1 level in so long, so I can't really remember how she felt at her peak. Like, she's 6 years old. She technically peaked at like 3, so it's been a long time since I feel like I've been able to race with her at like her 100% best, and I can't remember how it felt, you know, to run with her at that point. So I'm definitely gonna have her replace my master. We got 1 horse from her, and that's all I really want. She doesn't have a good ability. She just has a minus, so don't want to breed that into horses. Let's check her eval and everything, and then we'll decide. I think I'm going to retire Bay City. I think that's what I'm going to do. And I'll keep Vivid Eyes and Crazy Hunter on track for another 6 months to a year, and then we'll retire them over Tigrish of Stone and maybe Butterfly Effect next year. Like, it'll all work out. It's just a matter of who do you want to put back there now and who do you want to put back there next year. That's really all it is. Either way, these horses that I've been talking about retiring this episode, they were going to be back here this year or next year. So they wanted Vaporwave and Valley King. We're not doing that. Yeah, let's go set Vaporwave and Secret Ending up. Should be fast. So yeah, what did they give her? S eval and C classification, of course. E temper, I don't like that. I mean, you're certainly getting a middle of the road horse statistically. But again, you're looking at the pedigree as well. You're combining this pedigree with Secret Ending. There's speed in here 100%. Awesome Autumn speed, Moon Bee speed, King Bee speed, Pink Gemstone speed. Everybody, I think, except for Night Breeze, is like pretty quick. So this is actually a good opportunity to really, hopefully, get a super speed line going within Miss Vaporwave and Arctic Crop here. Desert Diver as well. That's the goal. But what's her type? She has nothing. I forgot that also could work if they have no abilities. I totally forgot. So actually, so I'll keep her there, and I think I have quite a bit from Free Fear. Let me check. I think we have 4 horses from Free Fear. Just looking at the pedigree chart right now. So I don't want to overuse horses anymore if I don't have to. Yeah, Free Fear's got 4 foals. Yeah, she's got 2 sets of technically twins. So, and we have those both exclusively with Gentle House and Golden Boy. So I don't really think we need to, I don't think we need another Free Fear. You know what I mean? Like, that would possibly complicate things. Butterfly Effect and Valley King are actually like completely fresh. So I think I'll replace Free Fear. And like I said, I think I'll retire Bay City. Delta Dream and Crazy Hunter, we can use them next year for that dirt, really, really strong dirt pedigree we should be starting up pretty soon. So yeah, Vivid Eyes, no. Crazy Hunter, not yet. Bay City, I think we could retire now. Again, I don't know how she would perform at grade 3s or grade 2s. I'm assuming she'd probably still do well. I was kind of hoping I would have the chance, but neither of them, they both don't race until the last week, and that's too late. So if we want to use them for breeding, we have to like retire them now. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and retire Bay City now. And we'll go ahead and show you how she's done. Just getting my snapshots as always, so I don't forget these. See her abilities. So it'll be nice to kind of pass that down. And yeah, she finished with 11 wins out of 17 starts, with 6 of those being grade 1s. So she had a pretty high win percentage. And she was able to win a decent amount of grade 1s within her career starts. Usually with most of my horses, I have to race them a little bit longer. But for what it's worth with the type of horse she was, I thought she was pretty consistent. I mean, 14 finishes in the top 2 out of her 17 starts. So she wasn't missing the money by any to very small margins, I should say. So I hope she's already registered. I'll double check. I mean, as long as I have the space, I'll continue to register all of our horses if I remember. And then eventually, if I do get to the point where it's like over 200, I'll just start replacing older horses that I haven't even raced with in the longest of time. So, Bay City will be retiring. Oberfree Fear. So the first Moon Trapper girl will make her way to the breeding barn back there. So, just double checking everything is going according to plan here. And still considering retiring Kinky Light over Gentle House. In fact, I probably should do that now just so I can make sure I'm actually on the right path with everything else. Let me just do it now. So Kinky Light, I think the last one. Was I looking at anybody else to retire? I know Delta Dream, but no, I still think we should try to win with him. Yeah, that's it. There's nobody else that's even capable. So Kinky Light. He's still strong. No doubt I could probably still win with him, but again, like, we need fresh blood. There's nothing really to prove. No abilities. It is what it is. And he will retire with 7 wins out of his 11 starts, 9 finishes in the top 2 out of those 11 starts, and 5 grade 1s. Pretty similar to Bay City. We could start them off as their own family. So... And again, breeding is not going to officially happen in this episode. I'm intentionally making these episodes essentially shorter and taking a little bit longer. That way there's more time in between each so we can properly plan what we need to do. Now, I will go back there in a second. Who did I race with? Not you, not you. Delta, you're good. I think I've retired most of the horses we just raced with, right? Yeah, Little Mai. Really solid from Forma Opera out of Moon Trapper. Amazing. Storm Out. Yep. Like I said, he's just... I don't know if he's... I still feel like he needs to be a little bit faster to win a grade 1, but I could be wrong. Yeah, so he is... So he's basically chasing hearts, ability-wise. Just thought about something. So this is his pedigree. He is the combination of essentially Western Tiger, Ant B, which I hardly use them, thank goodness. So that is a little bit different. Honest Pegasus, he's not really in many of our horses' bloodlines at all. Same with Lee's Gold. So Storm Owl, I think, will be good. We can really create a very unique family with him that obviously have no connections to any of these horses. So they're probably going to want him in a grade 1. He's been on a winning streak. In fact, how many races have we won in a row with him now? 3 wins. And he actually finished second in the Prince Cup at 15 furlongs last year. I forgot. And granted, I am running him a lot shorter. I wonder if... What's his... He's 9 to 11. I feel like he would benefit for running a much longer distance. I don't know why. Like, he's not... Like I said, he's not super fast. So he's not explosive in these 9 furlong and 10 furlong races. 10 furlongs running in a grade 2. Do we keep him on this path? I think we do. I just kind of want to wait till he gets a little bit closer to his peak. I don't know if title chasing is going to be realistic with him, just because I think his stats are not going to get high enough for us to win enough grade 1s. I could be wrong. But outside of his toughness rating and feel, like, he's above 60. So, like, he will be a solid stud for us that will give us horses with very balanced stats. But I can't imagine he'll get to 80 speed. I'd be shocked. So he'll be probably, what, 77, 76 at his peak. Power will probably be 73. Stamina may hit 70. May. Like I said, he's not going to be, like, crazy, like, over the top strong or fast. So I feel like he would definitely do better with longer distance races. So we could run him in this grade 2, or I could look for a longer grade 2. I'm not really feeling like running him in a grade 1, so that's probably what I'll do. King Cup Spring. Let me see. I gotta check what I have in store for him on the spreadsheet here. Storm Owl, I just have TBA. I don't have like any goals for him. Like I haven't designated him to grade 1s. Right now, obviously, he's on the grade 2, grade 3 train. 128. Does he carry more weight for that race? No. Okay. I wonder if that would be... I mean, who else am I going to put in that race, I guess? I need to look at everybody else, endurance-wise. Because what is the conditions of that race? So, conditions... of the King Cup Spring. Did not mean to do that. 4-year-olds and up. So, yeah, 4-year-olds and up. So, let's look at anybody that's 4 years old and see if any of them would be more suitable if I decided to run them in that race. And I'm looking for stamina. That race is on the turf. Little Mai. I think we're still trying to get her a dirt title, so I'm not running her on the turf unless there's a real reason for it. First down dash. She's not running 15. I mean, could she? She could, but I haven't ran her that long, so... kind of don't want to do that. Eastside Band. I think I'm going for a sprint title with hers. Yeah. Gosh, Eastside Band's so good. Doesn't even make sense. Diamond Planet Tigers of Stone. That's why I'm breeding them again this year. Classy and smart. She doesn't have the power for it. Delta Dream. It's a stretch for him. I think I should try Storm Owl out at that 15. I really do. King Cup Spring, I think... I don't want to ruin his winning streak, but at the same time, I mean, I think we kind of need to see what he can do again. At the grade 1 level. That'll be in 2 months. We can still technically run him in that grade 2 in the Niagara, and then we can set him up for the King Cup Spring. Which I think is what we should do. Because really it's between running him in the King Cup Spring or saving him for the Columbia H at 12.5. We would carry a handicap. It would be a step down in competition, but also it would give us a little bit more distance. Game's saying he's only 9 to 11. I think he's more built to run a little bit of distance, honestly. I could be wrong. In fact, let me double check. What's the longest I won with him at? 11. Like I said, he finished second in that Prince Cup at 15. That tells me if he was able to do that earlier in his career when he wasn't as strong, he should be he should be able to handle that. I've been regularly running him 11 and 12 furlongs, and he's been doing better than projected. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do that for him. We'll run him in this grade 2 first, try to stack another win. After that, we'll set him up for the King Cup Spring. I think that'll be a good path for him as a 4-year-old, so he continues to develop. So, I already have an idea with Eastern Knife. I think Eastern Knife and Eastern Band. Why would we not breed those two? Here's Eastern Knife stats. So we can take him 10 to 16 furlongs. You see the growth type. You see the leg type. You see the stats. We can take him if they're compatible. Breed him with Eastside Band. Something tells me the game is going to be like they're not compatible because they're both so strong. Like, something just tells me they wouldn't be compatible, but that's who I would like to do long term. Eastside Band, Eastern Knife. I don't even know if I would really... I would probably just prefer to get several full-blooded siblings from those horses, if I could. And they each just have their own unique families, but maybe not. We'll see. It's just an idea. Doesn't mean anything is happening, so... Yeah, Desert Runner, that was my second race with him. We're hitting our goals. The win will come in time, but he's got a long way to go, 11 to 18 furlongs. Could he run in that race? No, it's 4 years old and up. He could not, I think he'd be ready anyways. So I'm going to give him quite a layoff since he has so much time to develop. I don't really see the need to race him as often as I am. He is this? Okay, just a turf runner. Just wanted to be sure. So yeah, we will hopefully run him somewhere in June at a reasonable distance. Nothing really reasonable here on the turf. 9 furlongs in a grade 3. He doesn't have the speed for that. I mean, I just feel like the race needs to be longer, honestly. So maybe I have to run him in May. 10 furlongs in an open. Is that the best we can do? I guess it's the best we can do. 10 furlongs in an open in May. I think the grade 3 at 9 wouldn't be bad, but that's still going to require some speed, and he's too slow for that. So I believe that's it. Everybody else is all booked up for a race. You can tell we're actually this list is getting a lot smaller for once, which is unusual. So let's go to the barn now to, I think, tentatively, not 100%, but tentatively finalize our breeding plans based off of all your suggestions, based off of what we have available on inbreeding. That's really the main thing. Any combination you see on screen is put together intentionally because we need to avoid inbreeding. So I still think I said I was going to do Miss Vaporwave and Secret Ending. And 16K for Secret Ending. Pretty ideal. Same thing for Kinky Light. They pretty much came back here with similar stuff, except Secret Ending only B evaluation. Kind of crazy, but I get it. I mean, look at those stats. Look at that whole right side. That's magnificent. I'll take a D braking rating. Like, I'm not worried about that. I didn't even check their types. I would like to actually do that. I want to be mindful. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Vapor. Oh, I forgot. She has nothing. Kinky Light also. I don't know. What does he have? Kinky Light. Grit. Definitely. It should work. Okay, so Vaporwave and Secret Ending, and then Base City and Formal Opera. No. That could not happen. Base City, check her pedigree. Western Tiger, Lee's Gold, Desert Diver, Ant B, Moon Trapper. So she has a very unique combination that we don't really have in a lot of our horses too often. Either way, she should be fine. We could do her with Secret, with the Secret Ending instead of Kinky Light, but I think she's willful. What would they give Kinky Light? I feel like they would give him willful as well. Could be wrong. Nothing. Oh yeah, no abilities. Oh, it's been a while since we had a gray, man. It's a Ghost, I think, was our last gray sire back here. And of course, he came from Silver Bullet, who came from... No, I think it was Sedate Ruler. Had a son. It's a Ghost. It's a Ghost, had a son, Silver Bullet. I think Silver Bullet was actually our last gray back here, which it's been a while. Like I said, I don't know if any of our horses still have Sedate Ruler in their pedigree that we're racing with. They have Ant B, but I don't think any of them have any of the grays, so... Kinky Light and Base City, I think, would be really nice. No complaints. Sounds good. So guys, tentatively, this is what we're looking at here. We'll go from top to bottom. Soy Conquistador, 162K bill. I think that would be our highest breed bill, one of our highest we've actually had in a while. And again, every one of these pairings, except for Diamond Planet Tigris or Stone, starts an entirely new family of horses that obviously will be able to diversify and continue to expand outwards and get away from the dangerously close inbreeding problem we actually almost had with probably one more generation of bad decision making. So, crisis averted. We'll be starting off with Soy Conquistador and Formal Opera. You see her pedigree: Arctic Crop, Swabbuster, Diamond Plan, Chasing Hearts. This is a horse, whether it's a colt or a filly, will have to be a little bit more strict with who we breed them with, which should be the case anyways. I think that's the problem. I've been I've had strictness for certain horses, but not enough of them, right? So definitely what we need to do. So I think her and Formal Opera makes the most sense. And just to show you Formal Opera here again, stats wise, I'm realizing just because we need new blood in our gene pools, like, we'll have to kind of accept whatever we get. We know most of our horses that are back here now have some good stats in some categories. We're really just hoping we don't get a train wreck of a horse statistically. As long as we get a horse that is obviously either better than the parent stats or slightly better, more or less around that range, that'll be fine. But what we really need right now is just completely new gene pools, so we can start diversifying in that way. Closer there for Formal Opera, which will be nice. So yeah, I think that'll really work out nicely. You're taking Willful and Gutsy, which has worked for me in some of our pairings. That's where we've received some of our strongest horses. So yeah, this is pairing number 1. No complaints. Said this should be perfectly safe. Move on to number 2, which I could have just moved over, but Cleopatra. We have her paired up with Solo Rider, one of 2 Solo Riders, and of course, that's it. Solo Rider with these 2 brood mares. I will not use them with more than that. That's the deal. Now, putting in place for all of our sires. So you see, Cleopatra from by Flying Cowboy out of Awesome Autumn. See that pedigree, Western Tiger, Swab Buster. Again, a lot of our horses have Western Tiger and Arctic Crop. You guys have seen that. So again, as we continue to now go different ways, create new branches, entirely new, we're just going to have to double check when we look at certain horses. My thing is, I should just breed a Gallop Racer original horse, like one of our created originals, with like an in-game horse. I should keep that model, and eventually we'll get away from the inbreeding, and that's kind of what I'm planning to do. That's really the easiest solution. Instead of like doing an in-game horse with an in-game horse all the time, unless they completely have no connections. So Cleopatra here with Solo Rider. Look at this pedigree. Desert Vibrant B, Moon Trapper, Diamond Plan. So that'll be their own family, and whatever we get from these 2, again, we'll breed them with an in-game horse. There you go. You know what I mean? Essentially all we have to do. This is a perfect match, and Solo Rider and Cleopatra, perfect match, guys. Like, that's amazing. Like, we all remember how well Cleopatra did. We just retired her, and the same thing with Solo Rider. So the fact that they're a perfect match, really looking forward to that. Tigress of Stone, we have her here, and she will be with Diamond Plan. Why? Because I want another East Side band potentially. And I just showed you East Side band stats a couple minutes ago. Kind of a no-brainer, right? Last time we'll be using both of them anyways, so hopefully she'll just conceive. Now, obviously it's always possible these brood mares may not conceive, but I tried to actually go for compatibility this time, and I was kind of forced to because, again, we need new blood. New life. Miss Vaporwave. Just retired her. You can see her family. One of the rarer ones, one of the only ones that still has Moon Bee, King Bee in there. She also has Awesome Autumn. She has the combination of Desert Diver, Ant Bee, Arctic Crop, Night Breeze. She's pretty unique though. This is a unique combination of horses I don't have like in any other horse. So using her with Secret Ending, you see her speed is S, power A, stamina B. That's what I'm really focused on. You take that with Secret Ending here. So double S for his speed, double S for his power. The stamina will be the only thing that won't be great. But again, this is supposed to be a speed line. So these 2 horses together, if conceived, should start a brand new speed line. Or actually, it should really add to it. I keep forgetting, like, again, if we look at the pedigree of Miss Vaporwave, everybody except for Night Breeze in this family, I think, at some point had speed figures over 90. So adding Secret Ending is really like the icing on the cake. And again, we just continue to add speed to this group, where everybody needs to have at least a 90 speed figure minimum. So Miss Vaporwave and Secret Ending, you're taking essentially nothing with Miss Vaporwave because she had no latent abilities. Secret Ending. He had grit, so you're combining that with a gritty horse, obviously. Should give us good speed and power, man. Hopefully. That would be fantastic. Yeah, adding power, since I feel like it's been lacking a little bit in this group as far as like top tier power. But it'd be nice to have that back. Butterfly Effect and Valley King. You see Butterfly Effect. She's 12 again. I think we'll have her replaced next year by one of the other mares I was talking about. She's been back here a minute, and I think we have 4 minimum foals or horses from her. So I think we actually have 5 or 6. So she's, I think, giving us more than enough. And again, I'm really trying to get a lot of our horses that have Western Tiger and Arctic Crop out of the way, so to speak. As far as like more recently in their pedigree, I can't help it if it's in there down the line, but as of now, Butterfly Effect with Valley King. When I check her pedigree, she is willful. So combining that with Valley King here. Late growth type, cannot wait for that. So you see his abilities as well. Unfortunately, bears, like I said, I know I don't like bears any more than probably most of you don't, but again, it hasn't affected us with these horses. If it was actually causing us to lose races and lose crucial races, then I would obviously focus on trying to breed it out. But it's just an ability that if I do tap into it, we still end up winning those races. Like, it's not hurting us. So it looks unappealing to see on the actual ability sheet, but again, it's not actually hindering our performance. So I'm fine with breeding horses with bears until it starts to become a problem. Then obviously I'll have to change it up. So Butterfly Effect is willful, Valley King is grit. Like I said, that's worked in some of our pedigrees, willful and grit. Arctic Crop in there, Vivid Legends. So I really enjoyed working with Valley King. He had 9 grade 1s, over 15 wins, you know, over 30 starts. So was on a winning streak of like 8 grade 1s at a time, at one time. So Valley King, Butterfly Effect, combining their families, completely unique. That'll be fun. We move on to Base City, who we just recently retired. Her and Kinky Light. You see Base City. She pretty much is just a copy and paste of He's Stargazing. Just her staying ability at A is lower than Stargazing's ability at S, and He's Stargazing is her her father, who was sired, by Western Tiger. So she's a combination of both Moon Trapper and He's Stargazing's family there. So see that. Her and Kinky Light. It'll be interesting to see if we get a gray in here. I mean, obviously, I think we should. Not interesting. Well, I'm sure we will get grays. She is willful, combining that with Kinky Light. And she also has Last Corner Leader, Grit, and Stretch Burst, I believe. So combining that with, not Secret Ending, but Kinky Light here. Yeah, he should really help buff out some of her lower stats at the bottom for sure. No abilities for him, but hopefully she'll pass on hers, and obviously, yeah, that should work. So I think that'll be good for Base City. Keep that mid-distance really strong. I mean, Western Tiger could run 12 furlongs. Desert Diver could as well. So could he Stargazing. So this is kind of turning into a more longer-term endurance family, because Base City has S stamina. And then again, Kinky Light has A. Power is also good for both of them at double S. So this is turning into a really solid endurance and power group here. So that would be nice to start that. So the 6 families we have so far. Soy Conquistador and Formal Opera. From what I understand, that should be all around. Predominantly speed, power, endurance. Cleopatra Solo Rider should be, again, kind of speed, power. Endurance, I'm not sure. Hopefully. What's Solo Rider's endurance rating? Yeah, so endurance. So yeah, speed, power, endurance technically for the first 2, actually. Just love seeing that they actually got a perfect match. So speed, power, Diamond Planet Tigers for Stone, speed, power, endurance. In fact, these first 3, all speed, power, endurance we should get from them. Again, all new families except for Tigris, Stone, and Diamond Plan. We're just getting another full-blooded sibling to Eastside Bam. This Vaporwave of Secret Ending should be a further development of a speed line that I think should get much better with Secret Ending. Butterfly Effect and Valley King technically should be a really strong sustained growth type endurance and power family. Speed I think is still lacking a bit, but we're focusing on the endurance, the power, the front running capabilities. I think this is our best family of front runners for sure, so that's what we'll get starting new with these two. Again, Bay City and Kinky Light should be well balanced with speed, power, and stamina, so that should be nice. Galaxy Star Solo Rider, that as well. In fact, I forgot to show you, that's our next one. Arctic Crop, Swap Buster, Vivid Legend, Chasing Hearts. No connection to Cleopatra. Ooh, wait. 2 Swap Busters. I actually completely missed that. Yeah, I completely missed that. So Galaxy Star and Solo Rider. Galaxy Star may have 3 sires. Yeah, both get. I don't want to. Solo Rider sire, that cannot work. I did not notice the Swap Buster. So I'll come back to Galaxy Star and Solo Rider, which I'm not going to be using Solo Rider, I guess. I'll have to pair her up with possibly Kinky Light or Secret Ending. I guess it depends. And last but not least will probably be Frugal Arc, and he's stargazing. There's Frugal Arc, Grit Race, Grit and Close Race, okay, Gutsy here. You're combining that freshly new with he's stargazing. This will be the last time we use him. Western Tiger, Lee's Gold. Again, whatever we get from this, since it's a Gallop Racer original horse, we'll have to breed it with another regular in-game horse, and we'll just have to keep diversifying the gene pool that way. Frugal Arc and he's stargazing could be strong. I mean, you're talking about, it's kind of like doing a bit of Frugal Arc and Western Tiger, so I've never had the chance to actually do that. This could be a little bit of a teaser at that. So yeah, I guess I have to think about what to do with Galaxy Star. She's willful. Vivid Legend, Chasing Hearts. I mean, we could do, who would they pair her with? Oh, I guess I can't see her. It's either Kinky Light or Secret Ending. I actually need to double check. Are you related to Miss Vaporwave? Because if that's the case, we can't do Secret Ending. They both have Arctic Crop. Not ideal. So I guess I need to see which one of these horses doesn't have Arctic Crop, Swab Buster, Chasing Hearts, or Vivid Legend. As far as the girls are concerned. I just don't want anybody to be closely related in that regards. Vivid Legend, Chasing Hearts, Arctic Crop, Swap Buster. Okay, well, Secret Ending was going to be, yeah, I don't want to do that. And then Kinky Light is going to be with, Kinky Light's going to be with Bay City. I think we could do Western Tiger and both Desert Diver and B. Could we do Galaxy Star and Valley King? I think I had that set up initially. Yeah, there's Galaxy Star and Butterfly Effect have no connection whatsoever. And then Valley... Wait, I think... No, Valley King has Arctic Crop, doesn't he? Oh, yeah, he does. Darn it. I didn't even think about that with Galaxy Star. I kind of goofed on that one. Yep, can't do those two. And Chasing Hearts. Could not do that at all. Galaxy Star. Can't do with Valley King or Secret Ending. Who is left? He's Stargazing, no. Formal Opera already has too many. Solo Rider, Diamond Plan. Could we do Solo Rider? Desert Diver Ant B. We could do Solar Rider. I think that was all. I think I already had that set up. So Solar Rider would be linked to Cleopatra and Galaxy Star. I'm just double checking. So Galaxy Star is Vivid Legend, Chasing Hearts, Arctic Crop, and Suave again. Cleopatra has Flying Cowboy, Ozamod, and Western. I forgot they both have Suave. I think, didn't I swear I just said that. They both have Suave, so that definitely is still risky. So I can't use Solo Rider. Diamond Plan, done. Stargazing should be done. Formal Opera should be done. Joker's card we can't do. Arctic Crops, yeah, like... There's actually... it's weird. There's like nobody to use with Galaxy Star unless we ended up just, again, using... Well, can't use Secret Ending. He's with Vaporwave. Arctic Crop is way, way, way back there, though, in Miss Vaporwave's bloodline. I mean, she's pretty far ahead. Technically, Secret Ending could be okay, but again, it's just like, I don't want to even have to worry about that. This is what I mean. Too many of them have the same horses. And Kinky Light we can't use because we have him paired with Bay City, who also has Suave Buster. Formal Opera already has a lot. Stargazing we've used a bunch. Like, it's a shame. Joker's card would include inbreeding. Valley King includes inbreeding, and so does Solo Rider. He's Stargazing technically doesn't. He's willful, right? And is she willful as well? I don't even know if this would work. Yeah, this wouldn't work. So, yeah, that only actually leaves us. Who did I just say? Yeah, Kinky Light. He'll be paired with a horse that we don't want to risk it with. Joker's card, like I said, Valley King, Solar Rider, all inbreeding. Stargazing, not compatible. That only leaves us Diamond Plan, Secret Ending, and Formal Opera. This could be my last one from Formal, one of my last ones from Formal Opera. He's already with Soy Conquistador. Now I think about it, who does she have? Arctic Crop. So yeah, can't even do Formal Opera. Wow. That only leaves Secret Ending and Diamond Plan, which again, I don't, too much Diamond Plan. I think, see, this is the problem. Vaporwave has Arctic Crop. This is what I mean, but he's way back there. You know, way back there. Same with Ant Bee and Desert Diver. So when you look at Galaxy Star, who only has Arctic Crop, I mean, again, this can still be avoided just by using in-game horses. Like, it's not a huge issue, but it's just like, what if I forget? Maybe one of you won't forget, but I think we have to do a Secret Ending. This is like the best remaining thing. Like I said, Diamond Plan's already been used too much. Formal Opera, we can't do anybody else. We actually can't use anyone else. It's kind of crazy. Diamond Plan, done with. Kinky Light, that'll be too close for potential inbreeding. Joker's card, inbreeding. Valley King would be inbreeding. Solar Rider would be inbreeding. He's Stargazing, not compatible. Formal Opera, inbreeding. So Secret Ending is like literally the only one. It's kind of crazy. Willful and Guts, though, again, I'm pretty confident that should give us a decent pairing. So, again, not 100% locked in. And guess in case you guys think we should ultimately change one of these 100%. But again, this is all we have. These are our 8 broodmares. These are our 8 sires. I mean, the only ones I should say we're not using again. We're not. Who is? The only studs we didn't use this time around. We didn't use Joker's card. And that's actually it. So yeah, we're just getting 2 from Secret Ending. But Joker's card would be the only sire we didn't use this year. Only because he also is still connected to that pool of horses that all have Arctic Crop. I don't know how I let it get that crazy. like I said, there still technically is no inbreeding. It's just we're really close. There technically is no inbreeding anywhere. But again, one more generation's worth of bad decision making, and then we would be, right there. So again, run it down as we close out this episode, because I didn't realize this went longer than I expected. So Conquistador and Formal Opera starts a new family. Cleopatra and Solo Rider, they all start a new family. I guess I don't even have to say that. And again, we'll just have to find the right horses to match them to completely to continue to set branches going in different directions and further away from Arctic Crop, Western Tiger, so on and so forth. So third pairing after Cleopatra, Solo Rider, Soy Conquistador, Formal Opera should be Diamond Planet, Tigris or Stone, hopefully from one more East Side band. Full-blooded sibling. Miss Vaporwave and Secret Ending should be the continuation of a really strong speed line. Butterfly Effect, Valley King, I talked about earlier. Endurance, front-running capability, sustained growth type should be really, really fun. Power as well. Bay City and Kinky Light should be very well balanced, very strong. Should be able to run 16 furlongs at, a pretty good point in their career. And, yeah, we'll probably have a faster growth type, but again, could be something we can build off of. Should be really strong. Galaxy Star Secret Ending, again, more or less the same thing. I am curious how the stamina will balance. Like, Secret Ending pretty much is what, D or E? Galaxy Star Double S. It would be lovely if she could help already get rid of that bad stamina going forward. Yeah, would certainly like to at least get 2 sets of siblings here. Well, 1 set here with Galaxy Star. So basically, Galaxy Star, I would like to have a full-blooded sibling, and same for Miss Vaporwave. And then, essentially, whoever is the better of the two, that's what we'll use, unless we have the space to use both of them to go in completely new directions with their families. And last but not least will be Frugal Lark, and he's stargazing. Again, it's exciting because technically for the first time, and I think an extremely long time, we're doing a bunch of new combinations that don't involve the same type of horses being used like we had previously with Diamond Plan and Western Tiger, Arctic Crop that I've been mentioning a bazillion times. So this is the only duplicate breeding. Everything else is completely new families that will continue to diversify as well. And let's be honest, guys, I can't really see us getting a weak horse from anybody here. If you want to do a comparison of who's stronger compared to who's weaker, I think Formal Opera obviously will help to buff out the weaker stats of Soy Conquistador. If you come down here, I think Cleopatra will balance out Solo Rider's lesser stats. Here, I think it's literally the perfect combination of Diamond Plan and Tigris of Stone both that gave us East Side Band. So I'm going to say hopefully they both balance each other out equally. You come down here, clearly Secret Ending should balance out Miss Vaporwave, give us a much faster, more powerful horse, hopefully with better stamina, so we can eventually increase the distance of this family from occasional really good miler to maybe a little bit beyond that. So again, you have another much more dominant horse, hopefully that takes over. Here, Butterfly Effect is clearly the stronger of the two between her and Valley King, but not by that much. Valley King is still strong in his own respective right in other categories, but for what it's worth, I think she'll help buff out his lesser stats, which isn't saying anything bad about him. Kinky Light obviously will balance out Bay City. He's much stronger between the two. Galaxy Star and Secret Ending, for what it's worth, they're both pretty equal to me. I think Galaxy Star is extremely strong. She has the endurance. Secret Ending, of course, is just pure speed. So I think they could actually match each other pretty well. And then Frugal Lark and he's stargazing, more or less kind of the same deal. I think Frugal Lark may balance out a little bit of the bottom chart for he's stargazing. She's definitely the stronger of the two. So again, I mean, I think for what it's worth, we don't have a weak horse back here like we had in previous breeding times. I think Miss Vaporwave overall, based off of her performance and grade 1, she is technically at the bottom of the list for the broodmares, but she can end up producing at a monster speedster with secret ending. So point being, for once again, I think we'll have horses we can rely on across the board from everybody. I'd be shocked if we got a horse that was a headache or a handful, because I loved working with all of these horses. Nobody on screen has given me a problem. So Conquistador and Formal Opera, both were fantastic. Formal Opera, I had to get in the groove of to figure out how to run him, but no issues. Cleopatra Solo Rider, awesome horses, would love to ride with him again. Tigris Stone Diamond Plant, easy as it gets, very smooth. Vaporwave and Secret Ending, short career for Secret Ending. He was as explosive as he needed to be. Miss Vaporwave, she was a lot better, I think, in the heart category, and I think that made up for some of her fewer victories, but still, she ended up still winning 13 times. She was consistent, still in the top 3, top 2 a lot. Butterfly Fetch, Valley King, loved running with them. Same story. Bay City Kinky Light. Kinky Light, I feel like I needed more time with him, but when I was dialed in with him, Kinky Light, very fun horse. Pretty self-explanatory. Galaxy Star Secret Ending, same story, great to work with. And Frugal Arc, he's stargazing, pretty much the same thing. So again, I don't think we're going to get we shouldn't get a weak horse from anybody. I'd be shocked if we did, but really excited for all these breedings, all these pairings, I should say, for this particular breeding season in year 40. And again, there should be quality. 2 are coming from Secret Ending. Otherwise, everybody else is starting to. So again, we will confirm this at the end of the month, but that is what I think we have locked in for now. If there are any updates, changes, maybe something else we should consider, let me know. But I did take my time and did, like I said, hours of research to confirm all of the families, pairings. I've also been double checking with Abigail as well. So I think this would probably be the best thing and way for us to go about kind of starting this new generation across the board. And I'm really excited now, like I said, because we'll finally start to introduce and include more diverse horses in our pedigrees. As much as I love Western Tiger and Arctic Crop, it's getting a little bit annoying to see them everywhere and just make breeding harder for us. So that'll do it. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Appreciate the love and support. We will be back as we continue to get through this month of March, and hopefully see all of these conceive. I'd be really bummed if one of them didn't. That means we'd have to hold off on that idea until next year, if it makes sense to do so. But I hope they all conceive. So until next time, Horse Racing Gamers out. Hope you have a great and fantastic day. I'll see you later, and goodbye.
Welcome to Horse Racing Gamer, where champions are made.